You know, the backbone of our economy? It's not people sitting at a desk, it's the frontline workforce. The folks who actually make, sell, and deliver, well, everything. So today, we're going to dig into a really critical shift in how we empower them to succeed.
All right, let's kick things off with a number that's kind of mind-blowing. 80%. That's the slice of the entire global workforce that is deskless. We're not talking about some small group here. We're talking about billions of people who don't work behind a traditional computer.
And these are your frontline workers. You know them. They're the face of your company, the hands that build your products, and the voices your customers hear every single day. Let's be really clear about this. Their performance is your company's performance, period.
So it really begs the question, right? For a group that is so vital, are we actually giving them the training and the tools they need to be great at their jobs? Historically, the answer has been a pretty clear no.
Okay, so where's the disconnect? What's going wrong? Well, it all starts with this fundamental training gap, a huge mismatch between what companies have always done for training and what their frontline teams actually need to thrive out there in the real world.
And you can see just how big that disconnect is when you put the old way next to the new reality. I mean, traditional training was built for a desk-bound world, right? You'd go to a classroom, sit through long sessions on a PC. But the frontline? That's constant motion, unpredictable schedules, and the need for information right now, not in some class scheduled for next Tuesday.
What this creates is a system that's just fundamentally broken for this audience. I mean, think about it. Pulling a cashier off the floor for a 2-hour session? It's totally impractical. The content is usually generic, one-size-fits-all, so it feels irrelevant. And trying to deliver the same training across hundreds of locations, it's a logistical nightmare.
And the consequences? They are severe. Get this, almost half of all frontline workers who think about quitting point to a lack of proper training as a key reason. This isn't just a morale thing, it's a massive driver of employee turnover, which, as you know, is incredibly expensive for any business.
But here's the wild part. The solution is hiding in plain sight. A staggering 91% of these same workers say they want their training on their smartphones. So they aren't rejecting learning. They're just rejecting the old, inconvenient ways of doing it.
And that overwhelming demand, it points to a really powerful and, honestly, intuitive solution. Meet your employees exactly where they already are, on their mobile devices.
The engine behind this solution is a trend we all know intimately, because we're all living it. The smartphone is everywhere. With almost 7 billion users around the world, pretty much every worker carries a supercomputer in their pocket. So this isn't about introducing some brand new scary technology. It's about leveraging a tool they already use hundreds of times a day.
So, and this is the crucial point, this is not about forcing new tech on people. Not at all. It's about responding to a really clear and proactive demand from the workforce itself. They are literally asking for this.
And this whole approach has a name. It's called mobile learning, or M-learning, and it's really simple. It's about taking that device that's already in every worker's pocket and using it to deliver knowledge exactly when and where they need it most. It completely transforms training from a scheduled event into an on-demand resource, always available.
Okay, so what makes this so transformative? What's the big deal? Let's break down the key benefits that deliver a massive impact for not just the employees, but the business as a whole. First off, it enables what we call just-in-time support. Just picture this for a second. A technician is on a job site and they run into a piece of equipment they've never seen before. Instead of guessing or wasting time calling a supervisor, they just pull out their phone, scan a code on the machine, and boom, a quick 3-minute how-to video pops up. They get the job done right and safely. It turns a moment of uh-oh into a moment of confident performance. Second, it is incredibly efficient. See, because the content is broken down into these small, digestible pieces, that's a concept called microlearning, employees can learn right in the flow of their work. They don't have to stop everything. And the studies on this are pretty clear. Mobile learners can complete training up to 45% faster than someone stuck sitting at a PC.
And third, it drives way higher engagement. Mobile learning isn't just about reading text on a tiny screen. No way. It uses the formats we're all hooked on already. Short videos, interactive quizzes, even gamification with points and leaderboards. It makes learning feel less like a chore and more like you're just using another helpful app.
So when you put it all together, you get this incredibly powerful system. It's accessible anytime, anywhere. It's more effective because those bite-sized lessons really stick in your memory. It's engaging, so people actually want to do the training. And this is huge, it allows companies to deliver the exact same high-quality training to thousands of employees instantly, no matter where in the world they are. Okay, but does all this theory actually work in the real world? It all sounds good on paper, right? Well, the data from companies who've actually made the switch is even more compelling.
All right, let's take a look at a global giant like Starbucks. I mean, think about their workforce. It's a massive frontline team of baristas who are constantly having to learn everything from new, complicated drink recipes to really high-level customer service standards.
So, after they introduced a mobile learning app, they saw a nearly 30% increase.
And employee retention. Now just pause and think about that for a second. The simple act of giving people better, more accessible training made them feel more valued and supported, which led them to stay with the company longer. That is a direct line from a training strategy to a huge win for the business.
Okay, now let's switch gears and consider a large delivery company. Here, for its thousands of drivers, safety isn't just important, it is absolutely critical. A mistake on the road can have the most serious consequences imaginable.
So after they rolled out a mobile safety program, we're talking on-demand video refreshers, quick quizzes you can do before a shift, they saw a remarkable 1/3 reduction in vehicle accidents. This is proof that mobile learning isn't just about knowing stuff, it's about changing behavior and creating safer outcomes in the real world.
So let's pull all this together. What is the big takeaway here for any organization that has a frontline workforce? It's this. It represents a huge strategic shift. It means you stop treating training like this logistical headache, this obstacle you have to get through, and you start transforming it into a real competitive advantage. Because a well-trained, knowledgeable frontline makes your entire operation more agile, more consistent, and ultimately way more successful.
And that really leaves us with one final question for you to think about. In a world that is constantly changing, the way you train your frontline isn't just some operational detail, it's a fundamental choice about the future of your business. So you have to ask yourself, is your training a barrier that's holding you back, or is it the competitive advantage that's going to push you forward?